Sorry. I was just turning off my headphones. Good morning. It is just a little after 11. In fact, it is 11:07 and 45 seconds now. In the morning on, is today the 30th? Wait, Friday is the 1st. Yeah, today's the 30th because tomorrow's the 31st. Amazing. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is so hot today. I'm in the shade underneath one of nature's air conditioners. I'm telling you, man, in fact, there's the tree. Look at this tree right here. This one's not too bad. But the best air conditioning is the best outside air conditioning right in front of me. It's a little flatlands right there, but there's no grass over there. But that low, really thick oak tree is great air conditioning. Oak trees, like in the shade they provide, make it like it's north of 90 degrees right now, and it's gonna feel like 100 something. But I am in the shade with this asshole. What are you eating? Hey, Lenore, what are you eating? No, no, don't even. No, because you're gonna barf. You're gonna have a nice big ass lunch with Dad real soon after this show. Damn. Anyway, that is the sound over there of construction on that kid's playground. Anyway, it's pretty cool here under the tree. I mean, I'm wearing shorts, which I never do in the city, but when we're pushing, north of 90 degrees, concessions must be made, kids, because I think shorts are really something. Shorts are really something for the beach, the suburbs, the country, the pool, athletics. I wear shorts when I ride my bike around the loop here, but never, like, I'm not going to wear shorts over to the diner or to any restaurant for that matter when I'm in the city. No. Never for a social thing. To me, this is just how I am. Cities are for pants. Of course, with exceptions, but I'm not. Yeah, you'll never see me roll up to the restaurant, the cafe, the bar, the diner in shorts unless I'm at a beach or in Sag Harbor or some shit, or in in Nantucket. But in the city, no. It's just a thing. I don't know. It's how I'm wired. I just think the city has a certain, I don't know. You got to show up for the city. That's how I roll. So yeah, what is she eating? No. There's a new episode of Han Solo, my one-man podcast that is out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as of technically very late last night, but early this morning. I love that LA t-shirt. And yeah, what did I watch last night? I did not go to the movies. I reserved my ticket and then I canceled it. Because I had too much to do. Like, some days just get away from you, and yesterday was one of those days. But Steve McQueen, Peter Yates, 1968, director Peter Yates, 1968 movie, Bullet, starring Steve McQueen, and Robert Vaughn. God, I loved that actor. I love Robert Vaughn. That was last night's movie. So good. Such a classic. It's just the epic car chase scene of forever. Let's see. Oh God, yeah, 5 years since we were in the thick of COVID, right? So yeah, it's a new episode out. I'm gonna have myself a nice shave, gonna work out today. I am definitely gonna take a nap because I did not sleep much last night. I'm gonna try a new thing where you shower before bed. Apparently that makes us sleep better. I'm gonna try it. So I believe as I try to really lock back into fitness, you know, at least give it a good 30 minutes a day, whether it's on a bike or with some weights. 30 minutes a day. Smart eating, which I've been pretty fucking good about. And like smart eating, by that I mean no processed foods or minimal. And exercise, smart eating, and good rest. Sleep. Sleep, 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 sleep. I am a shameless advocate and fan of getting tons of sleep. I take a nap in the middle of the day. I'll take a longer one than usual today because I didn't sleep well last night. I was a little restless for some reason. Sometimes it's the heat, but my air conditioning, however noisy, is very good. Like it's like hard nipple chilly in my apartment, which I like. Plus, yet Tracy Bogart says showering before bed works. Plus, you don't bring the day's dirt into the sheets. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. That's a great thought. Also, it has something to do with blood, surface of the skin, like what a shower does to with your circulation is supposed to really be conducive to the sleep cycle. So, yeah, I'm gonna give that a try. And someone mentioned salads. I love a good salad. I love a good salad. We have this. There is here in New York. There's a chain now. There used to be just one in the village called Westville. And now there are several locations throughout the city. They've expanded and, you know, good for them, solid business. However, the food is consistently fantastic. And they have some of my favorite salads. They have a kale salad that you can add whatever protein you want. You can add, you know, a chicken cutlet, you can add tuna, I guess steak to it. I should suggest some tofu, but I add quinoa to it. And it is so delicious, their kale salad, because ordinarily kale can be like, eh. Man, theirs is good, and it's huge. So what I end up doing is taking half of it home. I go out Sunday night with a couple of friends, and we often go to Westville, usually go to Westville, and I'll have that kale salad for dinner, and then take the other half home. And enjoy it the next day. It is super delicious. In fact, the next day, this time around Monday, I put some chickpeas into the one that, you know, my leftovers. And good God, thank you, Lynette Feeney. The chickpeas were delicious in my kale salad. What's she doing? Is she eating? No, she's chill. Like, she's not, which is a good sign. If she were like, that would mean she's overheating. She's not. She's good. She's chill. She's under the tree. All right, we're okay. Podcasts, other than my own, Han Solo. And thank you. And thank you, by the way, for tipping here. And for those of you who are subscribers to my Patreon over there. I really appreciate that. That's at patreon.com/George Hahn. There's subscribers there. There are a bunch of different ways that you can support the George Hahn Show, which is, I think, what I've often just affectionately called all of my endeavors on social media. The George Hahn Show, which includes this video here, includes the occasional podcast, it includes Han Solo, and it includes all the social media stuff. It's a big, giant, digital multimedia magazine, if you will. Speaking of that, and then I'll leave you with this. I shared this picture yesterday on Instagram that I love. It's an account that comes up in my page, my Pinterest a lot. It's this woman, I think it's a woman, or maybe, no, it might be a guy and a couple. They're Japanese. And they showcase their lifestyle, where a lot of people do like wealth porn, like show off, you know, their fucking Range Rover and their private jet and their vacation, whatever. These guys are all about showcasing their chic, sexy, simple mini life, and it involves an old, like a vintage Mini Cooper and a Brompton folding bike. It is so chic. The Mini Cooper is in mint condition. It's vintage, it's red, it's like well maintained and loved and polished, and then they drive it to places where they take out their Brompton bike and give it a like. I love the showcase of that lifestyle, not the shameless wealth porn, which is gross to me. And I put a picture of it anyway on my Instagram, just because I love it. I think they're such great advocates for a lifestyle that is a small footprint instead of the gross, vulgar, look at my money footprint. They do it with style. And it's chic, because I love a vintage, I love of the cars, if I had to buy a car today, a Mini Cooper's one that I would consider. Donna Maynard, my goodness, thank you, my dear. Yeah. Oh, your grandpa had a Mini in Scotland in the 60s? That was the original Minis, the old Minis, which were tiny and fabulous. The original Minis, like from The Italian Job in the 60s, the Michael Caine action extravaganza. Such a great movie. Maybe that'll be tonight's movie. Those Minis are great. I occasionally see one in the city, and they are, I mean, the modern Mini Cooper is small, but the original Mini Cooper is so teeny tiny, like so small and compact, actually fits in your pocket. Donna just did it in style. She sure did. Thank you, Donna. About espresso machines. A small espresso machine will last forever. Well, the reason, thank you for talking about that, and then I'm gonna, I don't want to take your time up too much. One of the reasons I also bring up the Nespresso machine, because I talked about this yesterday, yeah. I make coffee with my Chemex, as you know. My dog sitter, I use 2 dog sitters in case one's not available. I have a backup. I know they're coffee drinkers, and I want to make it easier. One of them decided, she said, next time I'm coming, she said, I'm schooling myself on how to use a Chemex so that when I come to your apartment, I know how to use your I'm like, fantastic. But the other one is not so initiated, and she shouldn't have to be. And I'm thinking of getting a Nespresso machine, literally, just for the dog sitter, so that she can make her coffee and whip up her milk however she likes it. Wouldn't that be nice? In fact, yeah. So the Nespresso machine, really for her. I might dip into the supply, because sometimes I like one in the afternoon. I like a coffee in the afternoon. But my Chemex usually takes care of that. Anyway, but I'd like an espresso, so I'm torn. So that was one of the reasons I was having this sort of conversation in my head about it. Most people when I go to most people's apartments, most people have an espresso. We had one at Dr. Analyc's office. They are great coffee machines, but I don't know. I might spring for a really nice, fancy, like $1,000 espresso machine. We'll see. I haven't made up my mind yet. It's an investment. I like that Nespresso uses foil cups. Oh yeah, still not as good as Chemex, which is the best. I agree. No, listen, Keurig can suck it. The Keurigs suck. No, I'm talking about Nespresso did it right. I've used an Nespresso many times. They've got the recyclable foil cups, or whatever you call them, capsules. And so that's great. And also, the quality of the coffee is good. Whoever is in charge at Nespresso of quality control of really well-sourced coffee, like good coffee, it's great. Like, I gotta give it to Nespresso. And I also like the way an espresso brews, and it's got that little foam head on the top. Like an espresso or a Guinness. It's the Guinness of coffee. I do like that. Yeah, I like that. It's got that creamy coffee, foamy coffee, creamy top. Nothing to do with cream, it's just how the coffee brews. I love that, yeah. Ace. Yes, and NYC does recycling. I like Nespresso. When I worked at a salon, all the guests raved about it. Yeah, is George Clooney an espresso person? Is that the coffee he does, endorses? they seem like a good company. Nespresso, there are a lot of good companies out there. Nespresso's one of them. You know, aren't we lucky to live in a time when I was a kid? It was Mr. Coffee, and then we got Krups, and then we got, well, Braun was always making sexy coffee makers. You know, thank you, Dieter Rams. The Braun coffee makers were super sexy, still are. Anyway, I go on too long. I thank you guys for watching, and thank you so much for contributing. And enjoy yourselves. Enjoy a coffee today. I might get a nice iced one. I mean, it is hot as fuck, except in my apartment. And also, Gilded Age. I'm in the season 1 finale. I might watch that this afternoon. Love the Gilded Age. I'm having so much fun. So much fun. But again, it is like, Bernie Telsey is the casting director, and Bernie Telsey, does a lot of Broadway casting. He's also casts, like, I think he casts Sex and the City, or like the Sex and the City movies, and maybe he does cast that series. But Bernie Telsey casts a lot of theater, so that would be one explanation for why we see so much New York theater royalty on that show. Tons of it. Starting with Baranski, because she's New York theater royalty, but Nathan Lane, I'm forgetting names, but everywhere you turn on that show, there's another New York theater icon. So anyway, that's it. Enjoy, and yeah, as a friend of mine said, she's jealous that I get to experience all this delicious Gilded Age-ness at once instead of waiting week to week. And then I will be all caught up to the current season 3. And it got renewed for a season 4. Fabulous. Anyway, enjoy. I'll see you guys later. Love you. Thank you.